So that is the top of a French buffet. At least that's what the antique store guy said. He gave it to me for $25.
Oh, wow.
And we put some nutserts in the wall and bolted it on really good, and there it's been.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. Today we're going to meet Barbara and Martin. Hello.
Hi.
And you are in a beautiful Ford Transit. Really beautiful.
Thank you.
And you're a couple in a van.
Yes.
That's not something I get a lot of. So how's that going for you so far?
Well, really well, actually. Everything we do around each other. I mean, like, we've done that our whole lives. We've been married 41 years.
Yeah.
Yep, got that right. And so,
And
But
we
what
worked
day
together.
were you married?
It was a Saturday.
A Saturday. How was the weather?
It was raining.
Okay. See, he's got it down.
Good thing I studied.
Yeah.
But we worked together. All our hobbies were the same. We did the same hobbies together and raised 3 kids together. And basically everything we do is together. Our kids call us codependent, but we like that. So here, 41 years later, we're still doing everything together.
Good.
That's just how we do it.
So I always worry about couples in vans, but sounds like you've got it figured out.
This is way bigger than the
Right.
teardrops that we used to.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't even imagine that.
Yeah, 4-foot teardrops.
Yeah.
So,
This is a whole lot bigger. Yeah,
Whole
your
lot
bed's
bigger.
bigger than that.
yes.
Exactly.
And so how long have you been traveling? Are you full-time or part-time?
Part-time.
Just part-time. You
Yeah.
have a home residence, home base.
Yeah, we rented our house out in Oregon, and we moved in with our daughter and son-in-law and some of my grandkids.
Ah,
So we live above their garage in an apartment when we're not in this.
uh-huh.
So
And I've known a lot of couples where the grandkids really kept them from being full-time. They just wanted to, they needed to be around the grandkids, which is normal and healthy.
but we've taken a granddaughter with us too.
Uh-huh,
So
yeah.
hey.
Yeah. And we've got one granddaughter convinced that she's going to get her mom's van and live in it once she gets grown up.
Oh boy. So you're being a good influence.
Yes.
Exactly.
And so you take fairly long trips or just everywhere you want to go?
Usually at least over a month at a time, a lot of times. And they're usually around anywhere from 5 to 10,000 miles. We're on the move a lot.
You are on the move a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, you kind of got the best of both worlds. You've got a home base, you've got kids, grandkids,
Yeah.
and you get to see the country and
Yep.
kind of doing it just right.
And
Hey,
meet lots
works
of
for us.
awesome people.
Yes,
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
that is. And you know, a lot of times people think, well, I'm going to go on the road and be lonely, but a lot of the times you're more friends than ever.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Right. We meet a lot of people, and if you're out, which in a van you don't want to sit in all the time. If you're out and about, it's a little freer to come up and start a conversation, a little more accessible.
Right.
One reason we started taking the longer trips, even while we were both still working, is for mental health breaks.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So some people it's financial health, and I get a lot of spiritual health out of it. But
Yes.
the main one I really do is mental health. I just become very calm and really enjoy it, and much more relaxed when I'm out, when I'm staying in the van.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, can we take a look inside your van?
Sure.
Let's do that.
Okay.
So boy, this is a beautiful, beautiful van. And did you do the build yourself?
I did. Well, myself, Barbara and I did the build.
Right.
And we did it in 3 weeks.
Wow.
From start to finish in the middle of COVID.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's hard.
So I've done a lot of different builds because I get bored and I want to build something. I've even got a trailer started, before I came here. I didn't have like real pro materials to use because I just moved to Arkansas and it's COVID, so I couldn't get anything. I didn't know where to get it. So I went down to the local Lowe's, and they were an essential business, so they were open. And that's why I started figuring out I can get this. So we put these tongue and groove pine boards up, and I did manage to get some hard installation and some Havelock wool. They shipped it out really quick out of Reno, and so got that. And then everything else was used. I picked up used, or I had it that I took out of other campers, one in particular that I tore apart. So the refrigerator has been in 4 different rigs, and it's almost 15 years old. And it
Wow.
works great.
Yeah.
That's an Engel.
Engel
That
refrigerator.
explains it.
Yeah, that's all it was available when we bought it. But
Right.
man, it will last forever.
Nothing else existed.
Barbara wants a bigger one, but that one won't break. And
Yeah.
we don't replace things if they don't break. We did replace what we had here with a toolbox, just a Harbor Freight lightweight toolbox. They're plenty good, and it's bolted solid through. It's our kitchen. And then I already had the espresso machine. I have just enough solar and battery to power the espresso machine and the refrigerator, and that's about it. And the furnace fan.
How much solar do you have?
I just have 200 watts of solar and a 100 amp hour battery, lithium ion, and a 2000 watt inverter. But it charges all the time because we drive a lot or the solar's working.
Yeah, I love the idea of these toolboxes. Some of them are terribly heavy, but this one isn't too
This
bad.
one isn't. And it's just, this is the messiest drawer, of course. So we have a bigger one to use outside, but this is what we use 90% of the time.
Sure.
They work great, and they're cheap fuel. The lights came out of a previous build. So that is the top of a French buffet. At least that's what the antique store guy said. But that's all they had to it. And it was just leaned up in a corner in the antique store. And he gave it to me for $25.
Oh, wow.
And we put some nutserts in the wall and bolted it on really good. And there it's been.
Wow.
And that's Barbara's closet.
Yeah, that's my closet.
This is my closet.
That's your closet.
The DeWalt box, and that also works as a chair. We can pull it out, and it's a chair. Just like we can pull the fridge out and use it. And then our floor was already in the van. Somebody had ordered it with this heavy-duty floor from Ford. I mean, you could drive a forklift on it. I think they charged like $1,000 for that floor. We would not have ordered it, but man, we're sure glad it's there.
Boy, and all the nice little touches everywhere. It's extremely attractive and very, very functional.
Thank
Well,
you.
it's like we use everything. So it's, yeah, the antique thing's kind of our personality. We're old and always collected stuff. And so this is a spice rack. This is our soda stream right now. We've used it for other things. Coffee is in here. And then that has more coffee things in it.
Coffee's important to you.
Coffee's important. I even roast my own. So
Oh my.
we have, I roasted it before we left on this trip. So that's our New Year's 24 that we did. Some nice Costa Rica coffee.
Martin and Barbara.
Yep.
You got a great big bed.
Yep. So that's a full size mattress, just a normal, buy it from a box store, you know. It's in the window openings, what would normally be the window openings in a Transit, because that's where I can get an extra 6 inches in length for the bed. So it'll fit right. You know, I didn't have to modify anything.
And by going east-west instead of north-south, it gave us a little more open floor
Yes.
space that way too,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
was important.
And it also gave us room on the door side, the back door side of the bed, to put an air conditioner in the summer, or we can stack very tall things all the way from the floor to the ceiling.
Very nice.
So, because this is our daily driver too. This is the only rig that we actually drive. We have a Jeep, but we don't drive it. And, yeah, so I can take anything out underneath here and I can hold 12-foot boards. They have to touch the dash there, in here for a project I'm doing or something. What everybody at the RTR liked was this silly little sink here, which it's glass top. It's called Eclife. I am not advertising it because I even bought it used. Barbara found it on Craigslist. And this is, I had to replace this because it was a bathroom faucet, and I put one of those electric switch faucets on. So it runs off of a Scepter can, and I dropped a pump in that. And then, of course, I got the gray water right there.
And it's just a little USB pump.
It runs 12 volt off of the, it's one of the little tiny German pumps. It runs off the 12 volt off the vehicle. But most of the stuff we built. We had the normal bucket toilet,
Right.
with the liners.
It's just-
And
efficient.
life.
It gets the
Yep.
job done.
Yes, it does.
And does your front seat swivel?
No, it doesn't, because we put a box in there, which I can
Right.
take out. These are power seats too, and they're harder to make them swivel. You have to cut a lot of the pieces off. And
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that. But also, Farley, our companion dog here, he rides right up there with us. So, yeah, he's kind of a co-driver. So I can't swivel the seat if there's a dog chair there.
Yeah. No,
And then
but
furnace.
no, an actual furnace.
Yes, so that came out of our last build. We'd worn out the truck, kind of, so we decided to take the parts off it, and my daughter and son-in-law needed a truck for like snowy days and stuff. It was four-wheel drive, so we lightened it up, put a flatbed on it, and we took all the things, and put them in this build. And for the most part, we haven't had to change everything, just a few things that we decided we wanted to make a little different.
We did put the new windows in the back. We got
Yeah.
hit by a drunk driver in Colorado last
Year.
October. Yeah. And one of the things that got broke was one of the back windows. So.
And so we replaced the windows with the Van Windows Direct opening back windows, so they have screens. So we have cross ventilation. We have a screen that goes on the side door, both front doors, and then of course those back doors.
Do you have any social media you'd like to share with our viewers?
Just our Instagram, which is Van Torino. I like the propane tank being outside, and we do have a propane furnace, so I just plumbed it through the door with a flexible hose, and the recovery boards have been used, and they work excellent.
They do, yeah.
They will. Yeah, I had a rig buried to the frame in the sand, and just stuffed those under it, and lowered the air pressure, and drove right out.
So it was began life as a cargo van, so no windows?
There was just non-opening windows here, but when we got hit by the drunk driver, it broke, because I had bicycles on the back, it broke this window, and so that's when we decided to change them out. And so I ordered the windows and I installed them, but I'm a retired auto glass guy, so it was pretty
Child's
easy.
play for you.
Yeah. So, and then these have screens on them.
Nice, those are very nice.
And I keep barber's axe here and whatever I want to put on that. This is our shower tote.
Oh yeah.
So we have a shower that, this is the tote, and we put the curtain up in the middle of the van. I can show you if you want, but, and it hangs up. The shower curtain goes into the tote, and then this is our shower.
Oh yeah. Those were great.
Right. It's just a garden sprayer. They're $25 or $6, I think, at Home Depot.
Good.
And then you just unscrew this and take the long wand out between the fan, or the nozzle and the handle, and shorten it up. It's the same thread on both ends. So then you have a handheld sprayer.
Right.
Pump it up a few times. It lasts like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And got to make sure you don't forget to put a little bit of boiling water
Right.
in it, the cold water that's already in there, so it makes nice warm water to take your shower.
Right.
And it's all contained in that bucket, and you can dump it. It's just gray water, so you can just dump it wherever there's a tree or something.
Right,
Not
absolutely.
on a city street. And then extra water here, and just supplies.
Just the stuff of life.
Stuff of life, exactly. But this is where my air conditioner goes. In the summer, the air conditioner will sit here, and I'll either move it to the front if it's really hot, and I'll duct it out the window. I have a manifold I built to go in the window on the passenger side, or I also enclosed part of the body here and put that manifold in, and that goes out the positive ventilation valves in the body that come from Ford. So for like when you slam the doors and it doesn't pressurize, there's
Right.
little valves back there, and I ventilated the side panels so it flowed good.
Do you carry a generator for the air conditioner?
We only use it if we plug in.
Only if you plug in.
Yeah, we don't use it very often, really.
Right.
Because with these windows and all the screens, the fan, and I carry a Milwaukee battery-powered fan, so it takes the same batteries as my tools, my Milwaukee tools. One battery, when the regular batteries on it, lasts like 2 nights.
Right.
And I have a charger. I just charge it up during the day when we're driving or whatever. And yeah, it works great. This rod right here, I just mounted it on some pieces of some hooks, and it's one of the ones you buy that go in the back of a sedan, like a car. It hangs over the
Clothes on them.
yeah, it hangs over the little hooks in the back seat, and you hang your clothes on. It expands out, and we put that up there so we could put dry bags up there because, or stuff bags. And depending on what season it is, what's in these stuff bags. We've had it on the road for just over 3 years, and we have almost 100,000 miles on it.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so we just are in it a lot, and it's great. It's just been a really good, there's no perfect RV, but this is coming pretty close for us.
Well, Martin, Barbara, thank you so much for sharing your home and your lives with us. It's really wonderful. It's what you have made is fantastic. You
Thank you.
got the best of both worlds.
Thank you. And we
Very
enjoy meeting people that are doing the same thing. It's been a blast here at the RTR. Never been to one before, and it was run so perfectly that we got a lot out of it.
Good.
So
Very, very good. Well, folks, I'm sure you got a whole lot out of this video. If you did, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.